So Propel Productions and the Griotsphere have collaborated to do a program for you guys called S.H.O.U.T. Now when I say the word shout, I want you to shout. 1, 2, 3. Shout!
One of the more things that I'm taking away is the history.
I really like learning about Black Wall Street because I ain't really know much about that.
I love the history.
I really liked being able to talk about the mental health stuff and the racial issues. That was really important to me.
With all the videos and different things I've been learning, I got to learn different ways and how to capture different moments.
I like the opportunity of doing the interview.
Black women are magic. Black women are very intelligent. Plus fashion icons. We are the blueprint. And plus we are other many things. But yet we still get ridiculed and stereotyped. For my first interview, I have my sister who is an entrepreneur, and we will be discussing her being a Black woman in America life. How do it feel to be a Black woman in America?
Being a Black woman in America is hard. It is a hard task, but it's also rewarding because of how far we came since slavery and racial segregation, and we still got some problems and issues that we have to work on internally as far as a community. However, being a Black woman in America, you always have to be twice as good. You always got to make sure that you are on top of your game so they won't put you in a category that you're uneducated or that you can't articulate words well, or like, you know, the label ghetto. Or when we have ever, it has its perks. I'm gonna start with the hardships. You gotta be twice as good. You gotta make sure you are twice as educated. You gotta make sure that you don't come off as abrasive, because they like to label you the angry Black woman when you are passionate about something, or if you catch any sort of emotion during a heated discussion. Also, our hair, always getting discriminated by. You can't wear the natural hair that's grown off our heads. We always gotta have to cover it up with a weave to make white America feel comfortable.
If you want to go look at my sister's website, it is called PersephoneBeautyBox.com. Next up is my cousin Alyssa. She is a college graduate in the engineering field. And let's hear her opinion about life as a Black woman in America. Do you think there is a difference between prejudice and stereotyping?
Yes, so to me, I think prejudice is more like people's thoughts or like their biases towards a certain group. And then when those thoughts or biases are like repeating over and over and over again, that's when it can become a stereotype. So like one individual person could have like a thought of a certain group of people, but then when a whole bunch of people start having that same thought and they project maybe like this false idea onto other groups of people, I feel like that's when it becomes a stereotype.
Okay. How has society views of a Black woman influenced the choices you have made in your life?
So society's views of Black women is very complicated to me, especially with like the media. But a lot of times there are those stereotypes that get perpetuated and can really be easily internalized. So for me, unfortunately, I internalized some negative stereotypes of Black women, and wanted to basically combat that. It was like, you know, this is false, this is not true. So put a little pressure on myself to like prove to the world, you know, this is not reflective of real Black women. So I guess an example is just like in school, like one stereotype is like Black women are loud or sassy. So I unfortunately didn't express my true self and try to stay quiet and more reserved, just to like counter that stereotype. So I've learned that unfortunately, you know, it's hard. I think it's really hard in terms of like a lot of different messages from society, in terms of media, other people, and then how we go about being our true self.
Being a Black woman is so crazy. Like, we have the most craziest lives ever, but it has its good perks. Thank you for listening and hearing people's opinions between me, my sister, and my cousin. They from two different worlds, but have the same opinion about themselves. Thank you for watching. Later.
Today I'm here interviewing my Uncle Eddie. He owns his own black business. His business is that he buys, renovates, and sells houses in Baltimore City. So Uncle Eddie, how did you get into this and how do you relieve stress?
Oh, this is something that I wanted to do a long time. Always fix homes and make them look good again and then sell them out so everybody could be comfortable and have a nice place to live. And how do I relieve stress? I go to the gym, do a lot of praying, and that's how I get through it.
Wow. Can you give me a tour of this house really quickly?
Sure. Come on through. As you see, this is the kitchen here, which we should almost be finished. Come to this side. Okay. Right here, stainless steel refrigerator is going to be here. Stove is going to be here. Dishwasher, and there's also going to be a sink that's going to be there. My biggest goal is to make these houses look better so people can move back into the inner city. And a lot of people want to live back in the city again and give them something that they're going to hold their head up and they're going to be proud of.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me interview you today. It was nice.
How are you doing today? I'm going to ask you some questions. Tell me what's the name of your business. How long have you been in business? What are you mindful of when it comes to being a black business?
The name of my business is Sandy's Quality Daycare. I've been in business for 25 years. The thing that I'm most mindful of is that I have the young kids watching me. So they can possibly be future business leaders of their time. And I want to show them that they have many choices other than running the streets, that they can be future business owners. Whether the business is a big business or a small business, just letting them know that they have options and choices. They don't have to automatically run to be a sports player, even though it's nothing wrong with that. But just to let them know that they have other choices, whether they want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, or a daycare provider. Just letting them know that they have options out there. So I chose my profession so that I can help shape the minds of our future business leaders.
Thank you for the interview.
Hello, my name is Kennedy, and I'm going to the 6th grade.
Hello, Kennedy. How well do you think your school has been supportive of you with your social and emotional learning?
They've been very supportive, and they help me interact with people more.
How well do you think you concentrate in person?
I concentrate more in person because there's less distractions.
How do you think learning online has helped build a relationship with you and your teachers?
Well, it was easier and it helped me build a relationship with my teachers because I could interact with them easier.
For online learning, how do you think, for learning online, how do you think you've handled your distractions at home?
Not good because there are a lot of people close to me, so there's a lot of distractions.
How well do you think you're able to understand your friends' emotions?
I understand it very well because they are open to me about their emotions.
Okay. And how did you react to online learning?
No, I reacted happily because it was very easy for me to interact with my friends and teachers.
So far, how are you liking online learning?
Pretty good. Because it's easier to do stuff.
Okay. What do you think you can add on about social emotional learning? Or what did you learn in class?
Like, we learned how to control our emotions.